Facebook is streaming, YouTube is streaming, and via Skype. I am not very much familiar with certain technical issues, so please do not call. Sometimes it happens that the call gets a little bit delayed. This is what it happened this morning, and after that someone tried to call and it was difficult for me to put back into the call. So please just wait for a few seconds, because I try to be in time, but this morning there was something to be done. So Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the next sutra says, when remembering union without embrace, transformation is possible. This is one of the technique which I point out to all those people who have a breakdown in their relationship, and it happens when a relationship is broken for whatever reasons and you want to enter into another without correcting, you are bound to fail. In each relationship, there are certain things good, certain things not good, and this varies. So we remember only those things which has not been good, as the general terminology is bad, which has caused this breakdown in the relationship. But there are many good points as well. And without understanding this, without correcting this, because of certain problems, that relationship is to be abandoned, but then you cannot remain without, so you enter into the next relationship. Two persons with negative influences are bound to create more problems. So what is important, which I suggest that everyone should do, sit down meditatively, try to remember the good points, good moments of that particular relationship which is now abandoned, and then once that meditation, that understanding continues, then the negative effects of that relationship is no more there. I had mentioned that human body is a vehicle. It is given to you to go beyond the body, beyond the mind. You have to reach to a destination. Body is a vehicle, that means then there is a destination where you have to reach, a level of transformation that you have to attain. And that is beyond the body, beyond the mind, to the layers of consciousness. So you enter the private vehicle or the hired vehicle, and when you reach the destination, do you want to remain sitting in the car? This we understand, and we come out of the car and reach to the destination where we have to go. In the same way, the body is to be used as a vehicle. You travel for a certain distance. When you reach the destination, you come out. So what happens? A taxi breakdown, you enter into next and continue lament about. So in relationship, whenever any problem arises, without understanding, without using the consciousness, you may have that level of understanding, but the other may not have. The both partners need to have the understanding. Yes, it may be possible the destination has reached. We had been traveling together. Now the time has come that we have to separate. But it should be done in a harmonious way. You are traveling, you are in a flight. Flight is long, 14, 15 hours. You are sitting next to someone, maybe a female or a male person. During that 14 hours, you communicate, you share the moments for 14 hours, and then you bid goodbye to each other and go your own way. This is how the life is. Both lover and beloved are travelers. They are given an opportunity to be in transit for a certain period of time. We share the moments. At times it happens we exchange the addresses, names, and telephone numbers. People living in different countries. But for 14 hours you are traveling together with that person. So you are traveling with a person for 14 years, not hours. And after that, the time has come to part with one another. We use wrong reasons to separate. But existence wants to separate you because you have to change the flight. This particular flight does not go to the destination where you have to go. For instance, from Trinidad, when I am traveling to Washington, there is no direct flight. First flight takes me from Port of Spain, Trinidad to Miami. So during that period, I have someone sharing some moments. Then I am in transit at Miami International Airport. When there is no flight, you meet a different set of people. So you share the moments, or you visit, you go shop around, or you go and have some snacks or so. Then you again board the plane, next flight to reach to the destination, next set of people, next set of neighbors. So there is no problem with that. We consider it as natural. This is the way the journey has to continue from one destination to another. So in that case, but the case with the male-female relation is different. We have traveled together for certain hours, but then out of acrimony, the relationship is abundant. Whatever be the reasons, I'm not talking about that. But all those reasons are wrong reasons. They have been created a situation for you to separate. We consider this wrong, we blame the other, and the relationship is abundant. And then when you enter into next relationship without correcting this, without meditatively entering into those moments which has been of bliss, we continue to remember the moments that has caused the problem in the relationship. So the sutra says, once you know this, once you remember the union, even the partner is not needed. So you are meditatively sitting down, you are remembering how both of you met. This is what is called in Sufi language remembrance of the first day. When you came in the company, there is a particular Sufi story. A man who was a beggar, he was very poor, but somehow or the other he was inducted into the king's army, and then he rose to a very high position of a commander in the army. So people were jealous of him, that how this man who was in rags and he now became the commander, superseded all of us. But every evening, so people were jealous, they're trying to conspire many things. So one day, every day in the evening at a certain time, just as Muslims offer namaz, salah at a particular time, so he will, after day's work, he will lock up himself into the room and do something which nobody knew. So the people who were jealous of him conspired and told the king that he is conspiring against your authority and maybe he may revolt against you. So the kings are the most insecure persons. So the king decided to test for himself, and he made a peephole in his room, and he was sitting by the peephole and he watched what was going on. The man went into the cupboard, took out a bag. Out of that he took out the rags. He changed his clothes, put on the rags, stood up in front of the mirror, offered his prayers. Then he went back and changed his clothes, put the rags back into the bag and in the cupboard. The king darted into the room and wanted to know what is this all going on. He said, "Sir, I want to remember my first day in your company. Roza Awwal. Awwal means first. Roza means day. First day when I came to you for a job, I was in these rags. I do not want to forget this because out of your benevolence, you felt mercy on me and you gave me a job. I do not want to be ungrateful for any reason, so I want to remember what I was and where I have reached in your company by your grace. Of course, it is understandable that it was my efforts, that I did my job sincerely and reached to that status. So I do not want to forget that day, how I came to you. I was hungry. There was no woolen clothes, warm clothes. It was cold winter night. You gave me the shelter. This is Roza Awwal. In each relationship, there are many moments of bliss. If we continue to remember, Roza Awwal does not mean that when you are in the mosque only then you do. Roza Awwal means it is a device that you have to do every moment in every relationship. And if you remember how, and for that the other person is not needed. For whatever reasons, wrong or right, the relationship is abandoned now. You are sitting down. You are remembering how you met, both of you met, what was the first exchange and how relationship blossomed. You are remembering only those days. And for that, the partner is not needed. What will happen, whether the other person changes or not, but you are transforming yourself. There is a difference in you because you are remembering the first day that you met your beloved. How you looked at one another, the way the person was dressed, the words she has spoken, and so many things. Remembrance of Rosa, well, this is a meditation. And it applies to every relationship every day. If you are in business, how the business started on a day one, how it journeyed through the progress. As I said, for that, if you are remembering your relationship with your beloved that is now abundant, that is now finished, for that you don't need the other partner. Once you know this, even partner is not needed. You can simply remember every moment and enter into it meditatively. But first you must have the feeling. If you know the feeling, you can enter into the act without the partner. I'm here specifically talking about the sex part. But you can enter into the relationship. This is a little difficult, but it happens. And unless this happens, you remain dependent. And dependency is created. That your bliss is, happiness is coming, is the outcome of the other. For many reasons, the dependency happens. If you have had a feeling, if you had known the moment when you were not there, but only a vibrating energy, had become one and there was a circle with the partner, in that moment there was no partner. In that moment you are all alone, and for the partner you are not, only he or she is. In that moment a oneness is created. Oneness is created. Oneness is centered within you. The partner is no more there. And it is easier for women to have feeling because they are always making love with closed eyes. What I am saying, it applies both to male and female. Many times I had mentioned this, a person, no sooner the relationship is broken, you want to enter into another without correcting this. I had told the person that if you are entering into another relationship without correcting it, you are bound to be failure. Because the human mind has not changed, you have not centered. During this technique, it is good to have your eyes closed. Then only an inner feeling of a circle, only an inner feeling of oneness is there. You are sitting with the eyes closed, trying to remember. The images begin to come where you have met your partner for the first time, be it at somebody's residence, be it somebody has introduced both of you, be something else. Then there was an exchange of words. Something was communicated through the eyes. So many things happened in that moment. Only an inner feeling of a circle is there. You went. You was not destined to go there, but something told you that you must go there. You went. You met your future partner, with whom you got the boarding pass to enter the flight. You entered the flight, sat next to one another for the duration of the flight. Then the time came to part with one another. Just go on remembering this. Close your eyes. Lie down as if you are with the partner, or you can remain sitting down. If you are going into the act, then you can lie down, remembering the act. Otherwise, you can remain sitting down. Just remember and start feeling it. Your body will begin to shake and vibrate. You will enter into a new dimension. Allow it. Forget completely that the partner, the person is not there. And if it is a relationship which has been abandoned, that the partner is not there, move as if the other is present. What will happen? You will be filled with gratitude that at least the person has given you an opportunity to spend certain moments, certain years, certain time in your company. Out of that, lovely children were born, and so many things. Only in the beginning is it as if once you know, then it is not as if then the other is there. Move as if you are actually going to meet the person, to begin the relationship, or going to start the act once more. Do whatever you would have done with your partner. If you are remembering the act of lovemaking, then scream, move, shake. Soon the circle will be created. And the circle is miraculous. Soon you will feel that the circle is created, but now the circle is not created with a man and a woman. If you are man, then the whole universe will become feminine for you. If you are a woman, the entire universe will become masculine for you. Now you are in a deep communion with the existence itself. You are in deep communion with the existence, and the door, the other is no more there. Through that particular relationship, through the particular act, you have become one with the universe, with the existence. The other is simply a door. While making, you move from the door, you use the door to reach either outside the house or inside the house, or move from one room to the other. While making love to a woman, you are really making love to the existence itself. The woman is just a door. Women is just a door. Man is just a door. The other is The other is just a door to the beyond. The door is a device to move into the other realm. So the other, the male or a female, is the door to the existence. And the purpose of this relationship is to transcend, to transform, to be one with the existence, not with the beloved, not with the lover, but with the existence. Women is just a door. But you are in such a hurry that you never feel it. You finish the act and you go to sleep. The woman sobs. If you remain in communion, in deep embrace for hours together, you will forget the other, and the other will simply become an extension of the whole of the existence. Once this technique is known, you can use it alone. You can learn the nuances of it. You can use it alone. It gives you a new freedom, freedom from the other. You become a part of the existence. If it really happens, the whole existence becomes the other. The whole existence becomes your beloved, your lover. And then this technique can be used continuously. And you can remain in constant communion with the existence. Not even a single moment there is a breakdown with that. And then you can do it in the other dimension as well. Walking in the morning, you can do it. Then you are in communion with the air, with the rising sun, with the stars, with the tree, with the breeze blowing through the rustling through the tree leaves, staring at the stars in the night, watching the waves rise and fall on the surface of the ocean, looking at the moon. You can do it. You can be in sex act with the whole universe once you know this happens. But it is good to start with the human beings, because they are nearest to you, the nearest part of the universe. Your beloved, your partner is the nearest part of the universe. But they are dispensable. You can take a jump and forget the door completely. The sutra says even remembering the union, without the embrace, the transformation, and you will be transformed. You will become new. You will be reborn. Only this much for this morning. I'll continue this in tomorrow's session. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.